Yo, what's up, guys? Today's big news coming out of D.C. is straight fire. The White House, yeah, that White House, just started tearing down part of the East Wing. Why? Because the prez, Donald Trump, is building himself a new massive ballroom. That's right, a ballroom party space that's supposedly going to be 90,000 square feet, like a crazy giant spot for wild parties, state dinners, and all kind of fancy stuff. So buckle up, because we're breaking it down for you. What's the deal with the East Wing? All right, so the East Wing has been chilling since 1902, mostly used by the First Lady and her crew. It's kind of iconic, and not much has changed there since way back in the 40s. Now, all of a sudden, crews rolled up with big machines and started tearing down parts of the old facade, the windows, and the covered entrance. We're talking excavation machines straight ripping into the walls and sending debris flying, all to make way for Trump's dream ballroom. Now, here's the wild part. Trump was all like, it ain't gonna mess with the current building, but, well, looks like they're definitely messing with it, because pieces of the East Wing are literally coming down. The guy said the ballroom is gonna be near, but not touching the East Wing. And guess the demolition crews didn't get that memo. Why does Trump want to build this huge ballroom anyway? Well, dude's not exactly a fan of the existing party spaces in the White House. The East Room, the biggest ballroom right now, fits about 200 people max. Trump wants a humongous new space that can hold close to 1,000 people. Yeah, 999 guests. Talk about a big bash. He's tired of using temporary tents on the lawn for major events and wants a permanent, ultra-luxe spot right inside the compound. This project is no joke either. The ballroom's going to be about 90,000 square feet and reportedly costing a staggering $250 million. Trump says he's footing the bill along with some private donors, but that's a pricey party room. The White House hasn't gotten all the official approvals for construction yet because some federal agencies involved have been shut down. But Trump, being Trump, says there are no zoning restrictions for the project. Basically, he's running this show his way. What's the vibe around D.C.? Folks in Washington are buzzing. Journalists gather nearby to watch the big demolition action, the kind of stuff you don't see every day. Heavy machinery with American flags on them tearing into the East Wing like it's a demolition derby. Staff from Melania Trump's office had to start moving out to make way for noise, dust, and chaos. Of course, social media exploded when Trump posted about breaking ground on what he called a much-needed ballroom. He's hyping it up as a major modernization project, promising it'll be beautiful and in line with the White House's style. But a lot of folks can't believe the scale of it and how fast it's moving despite official approvals being in limbo. It's kind of like, how does the president just decide and break stuff down without the paperwork? Well, it's 2025. He can apparently do whatever he wants. Trump's take on the project. Trump's been out there at events, talking up his new ballroom like it's the best thing since sliced bread. At a recent White House event, he told a collegiate baseball crew, you know, we're building a ballroom right behind us, so you might hear some noise. Classic Trump, mixing the construction updates into casual convos. He even said he wasn't sure if he'd still be president when this was done, but he's pushing to have it ready by the time his term ends in January 2029. He also bragged about how no other prez has ever done such a big renovation since Truman's West Wing expansor decades ago. For Trump, this ain't just the ballroom. It's a legacy project, something to make the White House even grander. The guy loves throwing giant events, and now he's going to have the perfect spot to do it. The controversy and questions. Of course, this project doesn't come without drama. Critics are already jawing about the $250 million price tag, the sudden demolition without public approval, and whether it's even the right use of taxpayer-adjacent funds. There's also chatter about how this huge ballroom might affect the historic nature of the White House complex. Plus, the National Capital Planning Commission, the agency that usually approves big gov building projects in D.C., hasn't signed off yet because of the government shutdown. So this whole construction is kind of running on Trump's say-so. Some folks think that shows serious presidential power. Others see it as bypassing rules and red tape in a sketchy way. Also, Melania's team moving offices and the disruptions to the East Wing's usual functions shows this project is going to shake things up inside the White House, no matter what anyone says. What comes next? Right now, demolition is just getting started. Crews are breaking stuff down, hauling debris, and clearing land. The plan is to build the new ballroom in a way that fits the White House's classic aesthetic, with matching colors and window styles so it looks like it belongs, not some shiny modern blob stuck on the side. The White House promises the ballroom will be completed by the end of Trump's second term, which runs to January 2029. So expect years of construction noise, upgrades, and probably some wild party announcements once it's done. It's a bold move for sure, building a giant party palace in the most famous house in America. Whether you love it or hate it, this ballroom project is going to be one of the biggest renovations the White House has seen in decades. Stay tuned, because this story is just heating up.